Okay, this experience happened last Saturday. And I meant to post it before now, but I just been procrastinating. But yeah, but the funny thing is, I was asking for an out-of-body experience all freaking night, after I went to bed. And even after I woke up one time, like at 7 or whatever, then I was asking for an experience, out-of-body experience. I always say it like, out-of-body experience or virtual reality experience. And I always call on Joel and some of the other beings. And so then, and I didn't get any experience. Well, I finally got up out of bed I think it was about 9 o'clock or 9:30, and then I kind of cleaned the house a little bit and stuff, and then I didn't go back to bed till about 10:45, and I wasn't sure if I would even be able to go back to sleep. On the weekends, I always like to sleep at least till noon or 12:30 p.m., sometimes 1 p.m. And so anyway, I did finally go back to bed, I think around, it would have been about 10:45. And then, so I started talking to, Joel for an out-of-body experience or a virtual reality experience. Well, they're both. Sometimes, most of the time they're both, but sometimes they can be purely virtual reality and not out-of-body experience, although you still, it's still like you're out-of-body in the virtual reality experience. But this was both out-of-body experience and virtual reality experience. Or, of course, he could just still be presenting me with the illusion that he's floating me up from the futon couch, floating me through the walls of the house, and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it still could be 100% virtual reality, but still, it was out-of-body experience plus virtual reality. Okay, so anyway, and I think I laid there, well, my clock, I think I have it set like 20 minutes fast, but my clock said like 10 minutes after I laid there, and the clock said like 10 minutes after 11 a.m., and I was talking to him, and I was like, okay, do you want to come give me an out-of-body experience or a virtual reality experience? An out-of-body experience abduction or virtual reality experience abduction. And, but I didn't really think I would get one since it was, already, that time of day and everything. And I said, and I was just trying to tell myself, he was listening, apparently. Well, I can't remember if I told him that or if I was just kind of, I think I did tell him that. Or if I was just kind of telling myself that. I think I was just sort of, well, anyway, he heard it, apparently. Because I don't know if I was really meaning to talk to him, but I was just telling myself, okay, if I don't fall asleep within 10 or 15 minutes, my ass is getting up out of bed. And see, I think they have the ability, if they want to give you an experience, they have the ability to just boom, conk you out and give you the experience too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I don't think I would have fell back to sleep that, if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have fell back to sleep and I just would have got out of bed about 11:25 a.m. or whatever. So anyway, so then I fell asleep I fell asleep, I guess around 11:30 or 11:15 a.m., and this was last Saturday on June 4th. And then I didn't wake up till like 1:11 p.m. So that's why the experience happened around 12:30 p.m. Although it could have happened a little later because, the experience probably didn't last, 40 minutes. But it, they seem like they can last that long. So yeah, I didn't abruptly wake up till 1:11 p.m. So yeah, so I backed it up about 30 minutes. So the experience happened about 12:30, after I already had been asleep for about another hour. And okay, so this is how he started the experience. He started it off being virtual reality, meaning I didn't even know that I was out of body. I mean, I thought I was just still in 3D. I still need to do a video about all the differences between lucid dreams and out-of-body experiences and virtual reality experiences and all that. I still need to do a video. But, so he started me off sitting on my couch. And I did not know, I mean, I thought I was still in 3D. I mean, I did not know I was in bed. I thought I literally was just sitting here on the futon couch in 3D. That's, that's part of what's called, a virtual reality experience. To me, anyway. Like, sometimes I do know, like, later on in the virtual reality experience that I'm, under the abduction, but sometimes right off the bat when it first starts, I don't know the difference between 3D reality and that altered state reality, or virtual reality. And I did not even know that I was under the abduction when I was sitting here on the couch. Okay, so that's how he started it. I was sitting here on my couch. This is how he started the abduction. He placed me on my futon couch, and I was watching TV. I was watching public television. That's why I put it TV right there. I was watching public television, and I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, they're having like all this porn and shit on public television? And I was just sitting there watching it and watching it and watching it. He didn't actually get me off in this experience. I can't remember, if, I don't think he even aroused me either, because I don't remember, or maybe I just don't remember, but when I was sitting here on the couch watching this porn and shit on public television, like, yeah, see, this one he didn't really arouse me or get me off or anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes he may just, like, arouse me and he doesn't, like, get me off or whatever. But in this one, I don't think he did both. I think I would remember. But yeah, I was just more shocked than anything that I was sitting there watching, like, porn on public television. But yeah, as far as I remember, I don't think he aroused me. I don't think he did. But like I say, he has the ability to do all of that. And there's one thing I forgot to mention too, but anyway, okay, so I need to back it up. Okay, before he abducted me and stuck me on the couch under virtual reality, he made me do some interaction with this person. Like, I don't know what she looked like or anything like that, but it's like she was talking to me and she was saying, okay, so, when this alien gave you the experience, did he present you with these bugs, these centipede kind of bugs? And he did present me with those centipede bugs in an abduction. I can't remember what I titled it, but yeah, it's on here. The abduction is on here. And, that's when he shoved me out of the car. Yeah, he shoved me out of the car under an out-of-body experience and virtual reality experience. And then when he shoved me out of the car, I landed in the grass, and I was trying to hop around not to freaking touch the bugs with my feet, because I hate bugs. And these were big, huge centipede bugs like that. And anyway, so, yeah, he gave me some kind of like weird interaction, or he created that for me. But anyway, I needed to mention that part because I think what he was trying to do is he just wanted me to know, he wanted me to know that he was basically telling me yes, it's me again, Joel, giving you the experience. And normally he doesn't really, I mean, he doesn't have to tell me. I already know when it's pretty much him giving me the experience because I know his style. But that's how he started it that's how he started the experience. Because I think he just wanted to say at the beginning of the experience, hey, yes, because he wanted me to correlate Joel, himself, Joel, I named him Joel, with the centipede bugs. Yeah, and so, but like I say, he doesn't have to tell me. I already know after the experience, or while I'm in the experience, that he gave it to me. Because I know his style too well, and I know his personality. So then he placed me on the couch, and I was watching public television, and I was just like, are you kidding me? I mean, like I say, I thought I was in normal 3D watching porn on public television. I did not know I was in an altered state of consciousness. And these two women, okay, so these two women, I don't know if you can see it very well, but I put a picture of these two women were like, face to face with each other. I got to edit some parts out. Edit. And the woman on the right was like, okay, now let me remember here because it's been a week. She was like, I want to have your baby. I want to have your baby. I want to have your baby. But it was very comical. Joel is very comical. But yeah, it was more, comical than what I can say or whatever. But yeah, she was like, I want to have your baby. I want to have your baby. But she had a penis, which made no sense. Yeah, and so I was looking down at, her penis. And the tip of it was shape-shifting into my pet turtle's head, Miss Herpeton, because she has a brown head. And I was just kind of like staring at it, and it was kind of shape-shifting into Miss Herpeton's head, a turtle head. That's why I put a picture of a turtle. Of course, it was facing, this direction, because the woman was facing that direction. And she was doing a lot more sexual things with it than that. But she was just like, I want to have your baby. I want to have your baby. But the woman on the left, she was just kind of like I said, I edited some parts out. The woman on the left, she was just kind of like all in distress and kind of whining and stuff. And in distress, just kind of like I don't know if I want you to have my baby. I don't know if I want you to have my baby. But she didn't actually say the words. But that's what she was meaning. Because she was just kind of like all in distress and kind of moaning and stuff. Or whimpering, acting like she was like sad and stuff and didn't really know if she wanted her to have her baby. I mean, it's really weird. I don't know how we came up with this shit. Because, yeah, come to think of it, I've never watched those dumb shows. I mean, I've heard about them, but I've never watched them. Those dumb shows, what are they called? Well, I don't know, because I don't even get Showtime, or I don't get cable or anything like that. I mean, I heard there used to be some lesbian shows or whatever, but I never had any desire to watch them anyway. Because that's just not what I've ever been attracted to. I've never been attracted to gays. Okay, so anyway, yeah, but it was just like porn, man. I mean, and like I say, I can't remember if he was slightly arousing me or not. I can't freaking remember. It's possible that he was. I just can't remember. But I know he didn't make me climax because I would definitely remember that. Okay, so anyway, then, okay, the next thing I know, after I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm just thinking, are you kidding me? How are they showing this porn on public television? I mean, I was just stunned and shocked. I couldn't believe they were showing porn on public television. Okay, so then, now he never presented her, like she didn't have a dong, the woman on the left. It was just mainly the woman on the right. That was, yeah, it was like so weird. But yeah, the woman on the left, he didn't ever make her have a dong, if you know what I mean. Okay, so, and actually, they both, they both kind of had longish, brownish hair. Well, not real long, but like longer than my hair. And yeah, it was just very weird and comical. Okay, so the next thing I know, and like I say, during that whole part, I did not know I was under an altered state of consciousness. Okay, when I realized that I was under the abduction was when he started to pull me up off the couch. I started floating up off the couch. That's why I put that little picture in here. He pulled me up off the couch, and then he started pulling me backwards through my wall right here and the windows. And that's when I was like, shit, man. Because I thought I was still physical and everything, and I thought I was gonna like bump. I didn't think I would be able to go through the house and go through the walls, but I did. He pulled me through. I started floating up off he was pulling me up off the couch, and then he pulled me backwards through my house, and through the fence, through the back of the fence, and then I somehow turned around. He turned me around. And then after that, it was just all, it was all virtual reality, so to speak. I was in another dimension, or, whatever dimension he created for me. And then I ended up really, really, really high in the sky. I was really, really high in the sky, and I just started floating and flying on my stomach at a pretty slow rate of speed. And I looked ahead of me and to the left and way at a far distance were these awesome castles, and they were so freaking tall and high. They were basically in the freaking sky. I mean, but they were way far off at a distance. And also, as I was like, I could like even feel and like taste, so to speak, the fog and all that in the atmosphere. It was so cool. It was really murky and foggy because I felt like it was like, even though he abducted me during the daytime, he abducted me, it was 12:30 p.m. in this dimension. But when he gave me this virtual reality experience, he made it be like, I felt like it was 6 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? I totally felt like it was 6 a.m. in the morning. It was still dark out, and it was very, very humid, very foggy and muggy. It had all that fog in the air. And I was, like I say, after he took me through the back of the fence, that's when I ended up, he turned me around, and then boom, I was way high up in the sky in this other reality. This foggy, murky reality. It was dark time. It was still morning time, like 6 a.m. in the morning. And like I said, I looked over to my left, and there were these tall castles. Huge, tall castles at a distance. I looked straight ahead, and there was nothing but huge, tall castles. No different than what you see here. And they were so freaking tall. They were basically in the sky. They were so damn tall. And actually, I did not look to my right. I don't think there were any castles to my right, but they were to my left and straight ahead. And come to think of it, I think I actually did ask for this experience. I think it's been a while ago, but it seems like I did ask for them to take me like inside a castle. But, when they don't give you the experience till a month later or whatever, sometimes you kind of forget. You're thinking, okay, why did he give me this experience? And I did ask for it, but, he didn't really take me inside a castle. He gave me it like this. He gave me the experience like this. But it was still a total blast. And also, I was thinking, well, did he go off of the fact that a couple weeks ago or whatever, I was listening to my old trance CD again from, I think it was about 2001. I have the CD from 2001 or 2000. And there's a song, the song that I just played, Castles in the Sky. But yeah, so I don't think that's why he gave me the experience, was because of that song that was, embedded in my brain. Because like I say, I think I did ask for this experience maybe a month ago, but I had forgotten. And then he finally gives it to me. Because like when I asked for the experience on this morning on Saturday, June 4th, I didn't ask for anything particular. I was just like, you want to come give me virtual reality experience or out-of-body experience? And he gave me castles in the sky. And it was a freaking blast. And, but I was way, way, way up high. I mean, I was at least, after he took me out of the house and took me through the fence and everything, and then placed me in this other reality, I mean, I was at least, like, high as, like, you know, the Empire State Building or Twin Towers or something like that. I was pretty damn high. And, like I say, the atmosphere was just, it was foggy, but I could still see fine. I could, through the clouds and the fog and stuff, I could still see the castles, you know, just fine at a distance. And, it was totally awesome. But anyway, like I say, I think I actually did ask for this experience. I don't think he went off of that song, Castles in the Sky. Because like I say, I think I do remember asking, will you take me to like this awesome castle and let me walk around in it? But of course, he didn't quite give it to me like that. But it was still fun. Okay, so anyway, the next thing I know, after I fly through this atmosphere, and after I'm overlooking the castles, the next thing I know, he brings me down lower to the ground, and to my left, like, are all these, like, 4 to 5 different, like, carnival type of food tents. What do they call them? You know, little food, just like right here. Not tents, I forgot what you call them. The little food, where you go up and get little food at the booths. The booths, there was like 4 to 5 little booths, like you see at the fair. I hate going to the fair. I don't go. I actually did a few years ago, but I forgot why my mom wanted to go, but I didn't like it at all. Yeah, so there were all these like carnival fair type of booths. There was just like about 4 of them. One of the booths was like selling Coke, and I think he put that in there because my sister works for Coca-Cola. But another booth was like selling food, and then another booth, I ended up like, it was like selling like hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff. So anyway, as he took me down to the ground, I was still probably just maybe, I was still floating and flying on my stomach, but I was only like, instead of instead of like 200 stories in the sky, I was only like, when he took me back down to the ground, I was only like, maybe 4 feet off the ground. And I was kind of flying past these booths of food. And the next thing I know, the last booth was like selling burgers and hot dogs. Next thing I know, I had a big, thick hot dog, one hot dog in my left hand. And the funny thing is, it wasn't the color of a hot dog, it was the color of a gray. It was the color of Julio, actually. It was like light, it was like tannish, like almost whitish, tannish. You know, it wasn't like orangey looking like a hot dog. But anyway, but it was thicker than a hot dog. And like I say, so then I kept flying with it, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I want to impress Joel. I want to do some things for Joel to impress him. And then, so you can imagine what happened next. So he kind of, well, like I say, he made me do that sexual thing that he made me do with it, but, you know, he's trying to make me think that I'm doing it on my own accord, which, you know, I wasn't. He was the one that, you know, made me do it and everything. But yeah, it was kind of funny because it's like, I was like, okay. I mean, you know, he's the one that put a hot dog in my hand and all that. But he made me think, you know, I was just getting this hot dog on my own. And then I started flying further straight ahead after I had the hot dog in my hand. And then it's like I bypassed the end of, you know, where the fairgrounds were or whatever, and it seemed like I went around a corner. Yeah, it was kind of weird, but yeah, the fair, well, it wasn't really a fair, it was just, all he put in it was these 4 to 5 food booths in it. But yeah, it just seemed like I sort of bypassed, after he put the hot dog in my left hand, I sort of flew a little farther straight ahead, and it seemed like I went around a corner. And then he made me do some sexual things with the hot dog. But it was like, he made me think the thoughts that, oh, what can I do with this hot dog? I want to impress Joel with this hot dog. You know, I wanted to impress him. But he actually controlled everything and created all that for me. You know what I mean? Joel is a big pervert. Big time. But, yeah, it was pretty comical at the beginning. You know, I mean, it's very animated. Very, very comical and animated. What they do is amazing. And like I say, and then you look down at her dong, and, you know, the reptilians have technology where, you know, they can shapeshift. They can shapeshift a person's face. They can shapeshift anything they want to shapeshift. And the tip of her dong was shapeshifting into Miss Herpeton's head, turtle head. It was her, brown. She has all brown, you know, brown on her face. It was Miss Herpeton. Oh yeah, they'll put my cats. Actually, I'm going to do another video on that lucid dream I just had like yesterday morning. They took me to, I was asking for, hey, when are you going to take me to another town, country, state, city, whatever? Well, they took me to this town called Monette. I think I'll do another video on that, but I think I could do it in like 15 minutes. And, but yeah, they'll put my cat Hannah, they'll do comical things with her in my abduction scenarios. But yeah, so anyway, to me, it's like an out-of-body experience. You know, you pretty much know you're out of body. But with a virtual reality experience, it's kind of like you don't ever know that you're in an out-of-body experience until you wake up back in 3D, or you don't know till 5 minutes later in the experience, under the abduction, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm out of body now, I'm under the abduction. That happens a lot with me. Sometimes they'll start the experience with like virtual reality, and I don't know the difference between altered state and 3D. I literally think I'm still in 3D until 5 minutes later. And then it's like, I know, it's like, okay, I'm under the abduction now. I'm being abducted. I don't know if they kind of can control that. I don't know. But that happens a lot that way. They'll start it off where I do not know that I'm under an abduction till 7 minutes later. And then it's like, oh, okay, I'm under an abduction. I'm out of body and everything. But yeah, so I knew, and they may not have control over that, but I knew instantly I was under the abduction when he started floating me up off the couch, off the futon couch. That's when I knew. I was like, okay, I'm being abducted. I'm under the abduction. And yeah, so that's when I knew that all of this was virtual reality, the porn on public television. But yeah, it was awesome. It's amazing what they can create for you. I mean, these castles were freaking awesome. I mean, they look no different than what you see here, what I saw. And of course, it was like just like this, kind of foggy and cloudy and, you know, like 6 a.m. in the morning. You know, kind of, you could feel like the wetness of the dew and stuff in the atmosphere. It's really awesome. Yeah, and they can put wind. If they want you to feel wind, they'll put wind in your scenarios. And if they want you to feel the coldness of, you know, like at the coast, what it's like, you know, at 9 p.m. or whatever, they'll make you feel the coldness. And actually a few days ago, well, this is probably 4 or 5 days ago, right after I had that longboard accident, I believe it was probably a reptilian, created me this other, like a lucid dream type of thing. And it was winter time. And it even, I mean, when I was in the experience, that was more like a dream, but it was still very clear and everything. Yeah, I mean, it was winter time. There was snow and ice on the ground, and it even felt like winter. It smelled like winter. Yeah, it's amazing what they could do. It's really awesome. But yeah, I don't really have to talk about that. He was just mocking me because of the longboard accident that I had. Well, not really mocking, but he really knows what their intention is. But yeah, well, I can talk about that. I can talk about that quick one when I talk about that experience to Monette, which is a town about an hour and 10 minutes from me. But yeah, because that's what they've been liking to do all my life. They've taken me to other like dimensions or realities and states or cities in another dimension, and they'll tell me what state I am in, what city I am in, or what country I am in. It's weird. They've been doing this all my life. They've also taken me back in time 100 years before. I haven't talked about that one yet. But anyway, that was my experience. Castles in the sky. Thanks for listening.